All right, cool. So we're going to try and SSH to our FireMax 11 tablet wirelessly from our Windows PC here. So if you see here, to the right side of my screen, I have mobaXterm running. It's my favorite terminal application for Windows. It's going to allow me, hopefully, to SSH into the tablet and actually start transferring files over to it, over to the FireMax 11. So I have the FireMax 11's IP address here. It is 192.168.20.61. So I'm going to try and ping it from my Windows machine. 168.20.61. Just see, can they talk to each other on the network? Oof, I don't know. Maybe I have to move to a different network on the tablet because they can't talk to each other. So let me try that. Let's see what network the tablet is on. Oh yeah, the keyboard just detaches from it. I forgot. Yeah, so cool thing about the FireMax 11, the tablet and kickstand that it comes with, you can actually just ditch the actual keyboard part and just use it as a kickstand. I didn't really think about it that way. Kind of cool. All right, but let's see if I change networks here really quick. I should have known that by the 20.61. That should have told me that it's not on the same network. But let me try. It should have been a big red flag right from the beginning. So we can see my IP address here on my Windows machine. Can I do it if config? Oh yeah, it does it. That's pretty cool. I run out if config is a Linux command, but this is running on Windows. So I guess it translates it into ipconfig, which is the Windows version, and gives me the info that I want, which is a 192.168.1.77. So that tells you that they wouldn't be able to talk to each other. So the fact that this is a 192.168.20.61 tells us that it's on a different subnet than the 1.77. So you just right off the bat, those look like they're in two different subnets, is what they would be called, and they wouldn't be able to talk to each other by design, because this is actually a guest network, and this is actually a different network, and they can't talk to each other. So that's my network working as intended. But now I've got my tablet moved over to a different network, different wireless network, that should share the same subnet as this Windows PC. So let's try it. Okay, so now we have a 192.168.1.83 on the tablet. So now that we have let me get this lined up. This is confusing. Okay. So now that we've got a 192.168.1.183, so let's try and ping that. 1.183. Yes, okay, success. So we have .1.183. That's good. Next up is getting an SSH application installed on our tablet. So we've got this all set up with Google Play Store. I'll mention, or I'll go over that in an actual video. I just recorded a video on an updated emulation video for the FireMax 11. So that'll be on the way here soon. But yeah, I've got Google Play Store running on it. It's actually running really nicely, so I'm really happy with it. But I did a little bit of research on some applications to try out. One of them is called SSH Helper. Oh, I typed that all wrong. What in the world? Helper. I don't see it. Who is this made by? I don't see SSH Helper. Oh, isn't available on your device because it was made with an older version of Android. Ah, okay. Simple SSH is another one that ChatGPT recommended me. I didn't see that one either. I guess you can always use a a remote access tool like AnyDesk or TeamViewer maybe, where you can actually remote into it. But that requires a whole additional application that you'll have to open and run a lot, and like have to do a lot of setup for every time you do it. And with this method, all I would have to do is power the tablet on, and then I'd have SSH access because this would be just running in the background. But I'm not sure. Happened to my music there. Okay, so let's see here. So SSH, simple SSH is another one. Simple. Okay, so I'm guessing that's this one that's at the top here. So we have SSH, SFTP server, SSH server, which is what we want. We want the tablet to be the server and the Windows machine to be the client. Oh, it's $199. Can I do this for free? That's the question. Can you do SSH server for free? Maybe remote desktop might be the best way to do it. No, because this is remote desktop from the tablet to a Windows PC. So yeah, a lot of these are wanting the tablet to be the client in this scenario, but I want it to be the server. Let me just type SSH server and see what I get. I don't want to spend $199, but if I have to spend $199, I guess it's not the worst. SSH Droid. That sounds so old. ChatGPT has recommended some old sounding. This sounds like an application I would have downloaded back in like 2011. Will this also do server? So this is based on PuTTY. But does it do server? Doesn't really say. Any more recommendations, ChatGPT, because I'm struggling here. So I'm asking it for some free server SSH server applications. See what we get here. Or I just pay the $199. I mean, I want to have this feature. There's FTP server as well. Let's try that. Let's try FTP instead. FTP server. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it looks like root permission is not granted to this application. I probably don't need root, but okay, so it's in FTP mode, and FTP port is 2121. So let's see. What's the command that I need? I know the SSH would be SSH space username at IP address space -p with for port and then space port number. But FTP I think is the same. I think I just FTP. So instead of ping, I think I just FTP. FTP connection refused. Oh, the port. FTP, and the port is 2121. So we'll do -p 2121. Connection refused. Oh, it's not running yet. So let's make a new user. So my username is anonymous, okay. Alright, so let's just get everything checked off. Now let's try again. FTP 2121. Let's try it with the username. Let's see, anon EMOUS. I can't spell. Okay, so unknown host now we get. Okay, so mobaXterm has an SSH. So SSH tunnel. Let's see, forwarded port. Let's see, let's show you here. So SSH, so local port forwarding. The port is 2121. Oh, okay, so my port is probably 21. And then the remote server is .183, 192.168.1.183. The port is 2121. Okay. No. Anonymous. There is no remote port. I'm just going local. Boom, boom. There is no remote server. Not working. Is it actually running? logs. So no logs, so nothing. It's not getting any of these commands. So let me try to make a new user. So I'm just gonna make DWD username, or what am I doing here? I'm typing on my Windows PC. DWD all lowercase, username DWD lowercase, password we'll do root as the password. That's right, ROOT. We'll change it later. Okay, if you just click off the screen, that will just eliminate all your progress here, not just get rid of the keyboard. Good to know, good to know. Let's see here. Okay, let's add that. So we have a new user now. We'll have access paths to everything. Writable. Cool, we'll do that. Add everything. So we should have full access to everything now. Show hidden files is enabled. Okay, so let's try and change this up to DWD. Still nothing. I still don't understand what this remote server is supposed to be though. Because this should just be local. The SSH tunnel is here. No, it's not 22, it's 21. I don't even think I have FTP running on this. But let me try and get back to it from the method I was using before. Let's try it. Now we gave it our new username. Let's see, DWD unknown hosts. I swear, I'm gonna get this figured out, because if I can get past my brain, my only weakness, I can make this work. Is it 183, 21, 21? So it's unknown host. Staying paused for a while this time. It didn't fail right away. Are we winning? Did we win? Did we do it? It's not completely failing. All right. It's trying to do something. Did it connect? No, this is no active sessions. No logs. So no, it hasn't reached it yet. Seems like it's trying though. I don't have an SSH key. Still nothing. It's running all interfaces. What don't you like? Still nothing? .183, 192.168.1.183, 2121. That's my username. Is it because I don't have root access? I wonder, is that the reason? I don't have root access to the tablet. But that's what this application is supposed to prevent the need for. I'm gonna try it from an FTP, a regular FTP client, like filezilla. I didn't want to use filezilla. I like to use mobaXterm because I try to keep it all in like one application. I try not to share a bunch of different applications, but that just might be the best way to do it. And this is what filezilla looks like. So the host, if I remember this correctly, is the IP, so 192.168.1.130, no, 183. Then we've got our username, and then we've got our password of root, and our port 2121. Quick connect. Always allow. And boom. We are connected. Connection successful. We see it here. This isn't the ideal way I wanted to do it. I wanted to use mobaXterm because I try to use that as my Windows application and show everybody. But, you know, didn't work out. But filezilla is designed to be an FTP client and server as well. It's like the FTP application that's that most people use. So yeah, so I am connected to it now. We can see our session right here, our DWD username. You see when it connected and all that good stuff. So this is a pretty good FTP server application. I just couldn't use the client software correctly. But yeah, I had never actually used mobaXterm for FTP, so not surprising that it just didn't work because I've never done it before. So that was my just first stab at it. But now I will. I'll just go ahead and use filezilla now to transfer my files. So let me check a few things. Show all my directories here. Oh wow, it closed the session like instantly. Okay, so let me open up here. Just checking out the file paths in here, just making sure I'm not going crazy here. Okay, cool. So yeah, these are some other files. So yeah, I'll show you how the file structure looks here. So I am connected now. We can see we have some game files in here. This is the file structure of our Android tablet. These are just other directories that were made. I'm not sure why, but I think this is the internal storage, and then this is the SD card that I have installed. So the SD card's formatted by the software, the Fire 11 software, or yeah, just in general, when you install it, it will ask to format it for you, and then it formats it and creates this directory structure here, and that'll be your SD card, and that's how you'll get stuff on the SD card as well. But yeah, that's it. I can pretty much just drag and drop any files from my Windows PC over to the FireMax 11 tablet. So this will be a lot faster of a way for me, for my workflow anyways, because I have my my server. I have access to my server here. I could probably get the Fire 11 tablet connected to my home server as well, but my home server has all my games installed on it. So so that's the end goal, is to get the games on the game server that I have hosted here on my network, because that's where I want ultimately all my games to be stored. And then I'll just pull them to the client devices as I need them. So there's a method to the madness on why you would ever need to do this, but yeah, if you don't want to mess around with flash drives, if you don't want to mess around with external hard drives and moving files from one thing to another, and with tablets, you have to have adapters and things like that to connect your flash drives to it. It just gets really annoying and cumbersome to just move a file. You know what I mean? And FTP is going to be, it's just going to be there. It's going to just always be working. You can have this run all the time, so that if you ever need to move a file over, you don't even have to think twice. You just load up your FTP client program like mobaXterm or filezilla in this case, and just load it up. Use your quick connect, because it'll save your information here, and you can just quick connect to it, and boom, you just have an instant path to your tablet, and you can just start drag and dropping files. It will be a little bit slower, obviously, than physical media, not using a flash drive or something that you can physically connect. Obviously, going over a wireless connection won't be as fast, but it'll be stable as long as your network's up. You can set it and forget it, do it overnight. It's just a lot easier to get the connection established. That's really the goal of it and the purpose of it. But I hope this was at least somewhat informative and educational. I want to do a little bit more of these live streams where I just try something for the first time, see if it works or not, kind of troubleshoot my way through it, and yeah, get to an end result that we want. It doesn't always go the way you planned it at first, so I just want to show kind of how that process works sometimes. Show everybody a little bit of troubleshooting. I feel like that's always a